In this training session, you will learn what is a hazard and what is a risk, and your legal obligation to notify your employer or supervisor of any potential hazards in the workplace. So, what is a hazard? A hazard is any situation, condition, or object that has the potential to cause harm or damage to people, property, or the environment. Hazards can include physical, chemical, biological, or environmental factors that can pose a threat to human health or safety. Examples of hazards may include slippery floors, exposure to toxic chemicals, extreme weather conditions, or hazardous machinery. The identification and assessment of hazards is an important part of risk management, as it allows individuals and organisations to take appropriate measures to prevent or minimise harm. As an employee, you have a legal obligation to identify hazards and notify management. Employees also have a legal duty to take reasonable care for their own safety and the safety of others who may be affected by their actions at work. This includes identifying hazards in their workplace and reporting them to their employer or supervisor as soon as possible. Employees should also take steps to mitigate or eliminate hazards that they have the ability to address, such as cleaning up spills, organising work areas to prevent tripping hazards, or using personal protective equipment as directed. What is a risk? A risk is the likelihood or probability of harm occurring as a result of exposure to a hazard. In other words, risk is the chance that something undesirable or harmful will happen. Risks can be assessed in a variety of settings, such as in the workplace, in public health, or in environmental management. Risk assessment typically involves identifying potential hazards, evaluating the likelihood and consequences of harm occurring, and taking measures to reduce or mitigate the risk. Identifying hazards is important for several reasons. 1. The prevention of accidents and injuries. Hazards that are identified can be addressed and eliminated or reduced, preventing accidents and injuries from occurring. By identifying and mitigating hazards, individuals and organisations can create a safer environment for themselves and others. 2. Compliance with regulations. In many countries, including Australia, employers have a legal obligation to provide a safe working environment for their employees. By identifying hazards and implementing appropriate measures to address them, employees can demonstrate compliance with workplace safety regulations. 3. Cost saving. Accidents and injuries can be costly for individuals and organisations, resulting in medical bills, lost productivity, and potential legal liability. By identifying and addressing hazards, individuals and organisations can prevent these costs from occurring. 4. Improved productivity. By identifying and mitigating hazards, individuals and organisations can create safer and more efficient work environments. This can improve productivity by reducing the risk of accidents and injuries, minimising downtime, and creating a more positive work environment. In summary, identifying hazards is an important part of risk management, which involves identifying potential hazards, evaluating their likelihood and consequences, and taking appropriate measures to reduce or eliminate the risk. By doing so, individuals and organisations can create safer and more productive environments for themselves and others.